What's up, Go enthusiasts? I don't know if I'm gonna make the last one into a video, but I'm still hunting for a Go Seigen video. So here we go, Go Seigen versus Sakata. Ayo. Round 2. No Komi again, 1953 again. This game happened right after their last one. And I want to pay attention to the details. I want to find more of those details that we saw. Oh, this is old Joseki. Never seen these days. I guess you can back off. Ghost I can probably bounce to back off here. Oh, I didn't know this one is a move. I would think naturally that black push is going to be gaining, but he doesn't do it. Okay, so after push here, what's the meaning? Does it have something to do with like this? Let me try to think about it. Here. There. Clearly not good. No. This is just bad after this. Okay. So, meaning after this one is it Hane? It doesn't seem right. Does not seem acceptable. No, there's no shot that this is good. Why do you do this? Okay, again, I'm really curious about the Joseki stage. I want to ask AI. Wow, we don't block. Because if you block, it would be good for black. True. This is good for black. This is good for black. So you can't block, so you have to fall back, and they still get the 3-3. And they get to push through here, and we cannot block. Yeah. Wow. Well, no wonder he doesn't just push. If he knew that this is what was in vogue. This can't be good for white. That cannot be good, Joseki. No. No. Okay. So I believe that move is bad. I'm correct. I think that move is fine. I'm also thinking this move is fine. This move is not fine, okay? So after this, point was just jump. Probably that wasn't the point that they had. But maybe it was. I don't know. Maybe this is the point. Maybe they thought this area is so big. Wow. I can't really think that they thought like that, because it's obviously wrong. I don't know what the idea was that they had. We're going like this, and here. Yeah, maybe this is forced. And it's just slightly acceptable. Honestly, it might be an even result. Even though it's a very strange way to get there. Oh, but extend. If we're going to extend, then what's the point of Hane? No. Either you play this, and you leave like the cut, or you play Hane and Tenuki, right? I do not like this extend at all. I don't think that's a good move. Approach. Okay. Why don't they care about pincers? Like big pincers? Why why are they playing over here? To me, uh, some black move over here, and then like you're gonna have to run this group out. That doesn't seem good. I do not approve this kind of variation where white just has to run out and be sad, it feels like. I mean, maybe it's just counterplayable. Like, I understand they're reading into it. But this is definitely wrong. There's no way that this is more active and accurate than a bottom left approach or something like that. Wow, okay. And Go Seigen goes for the immediate cap. That would never be played nowadays. But it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Oh, he actually went for this. I don't like that. I feel like white should be able to cover confidently here. Yeah, this one is a fine way. This jump is okay. I think the black should fight this cap. You run through this cap, white's gonna get this area. That's not meaningful. So they're not actually gonna do that. They want to fight back. And then they were saying that they're gonna come counterattack us, but come on, really? No, it wasn't. Yeah, it's this. I don't actually think the cap is that bad, but it provoked this one, and then I think it's good for white overall. Finally, black does something on the left side. This is inviting a pincer still, so yeah, we're gonna see that. And then the 3-3 invasion, popular. Hane, crosscuts, of course. A couple ways to play this now, I think. Hmm. If it were me, I think I Atari here first and do this way. I tend to like this one. Maybe he wasn't a fan of... Actually, I don't know. What is it black can cause you to be afraid of? This into here? Give me a moment to read. It's working. Okay. This is good for white. At this moment, black has to go here. You clamp like this. Now this way, you can see ladders aren't working directly. Possible you could try to push one more time, but it's going to be different then. I think black would definitely see white come underneath. Although possible, actually. You can exchange it now. Then things are different. But if it goes like this, here, black needs to like jump ahead at some point and try to cover. It's unlikely to happen. At the moment, if he does it, this is happening, so probably black should be playing some exchanges first. I guess you can get it all like this. Maybe it's playable. I didn't read it correctly. I definitely read it wrong. Yeah, that's okay. This is good for black. Curious what the AI says about this variation. Maybe Go Seigen in the game does the sort of standard Joseki. This is standard. I'm actually really curious what AI thinks though about this. So we go here, goes like this. Turn possible, but you have to come back here. If you do this one, then we get that stuff. And indeed, it's just like this, and then black can capture, so it's good. So that's why you have to come back here, allowing black to Atari and then block like this. Okay, interesting. So what does it think? It thinks this is bad because we get surrounded. I see. And then that's why this is the common way. Of course, I've seen this before, seen this Joseki before, but I was just thinking the other way could be good. But it's not. Because of that and that and that. Yeah, okay, clear. So this turn was the one that I didn't like to see from the opponent, but actually it's fine. Allow, and yeah, that's reasonable. Something over here, this one is totally reasonable something. We're going to accept that. Agreed that that should be done though, and push, agreed, and Hane, good. And then, are we going to Tiger? Are we going to run faster? Are we going to pincer? This is a moment to think about. I think you direct Tiger here. Yeah, I agree. If you don't do it, there's actually a direct cut here, which seems stupid until you see this one. And then it seems not so stupid, I think, because if you end up having to fix this and then live over here, then we're easily going to let this white group save and counterattack us. It's not good, yeah? And if you do something more severe, we're just getting ourselves squeezed. We can make this counter squeeze, but again, white is saving themselves. Should be good for white, I think. Kind of want to judge my my thing, my variation making. So here, yeah, black has to fall back because this and this is good. Good for white. Yeah, like this. Here, here. Okay, my variation making is good. Sharp. Very nice. So that's why I black played here. And then, like this. And Hane, those are possible. Basically, white saying, once you fix that, I don't get to squeeze that. I do get to save my group on the bottom side. Let me hem you in so you don't get to play. Like, basically, if he's going to go here, counteractive, then this counter. So, get it first, then play here. And we have something really strong to do if black does go in. Now we can cover it. Cover it. Look at all of our excess stones. It means that we can play like that. So after this one, he just fixed it. Wow. This whole black group is not that strong after what he did. Very interesting. And then black went to underneath here, which is obviously a reasonable question that you can ask. And then attach, cut. So he tried to break through. Okay. Yeah, black had to do something somewhere, and he decided to do something here, and it's a very severe thing he decided to do. So now, if he extends, white will extend the other way, and this black group on the top side shouldn't live. So this is a lot of pressure by white, saying, hey, you want to Atari, give me the Puniki, and I think black will, yeah. Give the Puniki, and then make the Ko, and this is pressure from black. So like, yeah, I gave up one thing, but are you going to let me win it back? If you're not going to let me win it back, what is your shape? How are you going to save those stones on the right side? Can you really fight Disco seriously? Probably not, right? So I approve of this this black choice, yeah. Very tough for white here. Very tough. Because white is not co-threat rich. Not at all. This is the kind of situation that sometimes you see people extend. I can't do it here though. I don't think extend is good. I think we just fall back and then maybe connect if they put further pressure. Yeah. I think we just jump over here, do something. Wow, he tried to make co-threats. Seriously? I don't think you can make co-threats that are that big. Oh, he got something though. He got to just play over here. So he's just doing that. Sakata is like, no co-threats, no co-threat factory. So he got something out of it. Okay. And there's still potential co-threats. So still he does it. He says, hey, you still leave a co-threat factory behind. It's still really big. Here's my one co-threat. But that's actually only one, and it really loosens the size of the next one. Oh, but he thought this is the only time I get one serious on the outside. And then if you answer anywhere but here, and then my next co-threat is over here. Hane. Ah. So he does this one. No, his next co-threat was cut. Oh. That's not big enough. But it means that we're going to fight another ko. And then this ko black doesn't have the co-threat for. So this is the plan. How exciting. How interesting. Yeah, I agree that actually we should do the crazy ko stuff. You guys who are mid-dons may know that this is very rare and not usually good to do. But this is the kind of situation where there is no backing off that's comfortable. We definitely need to use the cuts that they have. And the best way to do that is indeed to allow them to get this kind of a victory sometimes. As long as we get a big enough win. The problem is that I don't really agree that he has a big enough win with this. And I like this black move. I like Sakata's move to show that. To be like, hey, I will fight that ko on my own terms when it's possible. In the meantime, I already got really, really thick here. Yeah, but I actually like the idea that white had that when black wins the ko, this group will be weaker, so a ko threat which saves that group is significantly more valuable. That's the sort of idea that I get that, yeah, I get sparingly and he gets consistently. Like, Go Seigen is always thinking like that. Alright, this was overall a much greater way to handle the ko than me by Go Seigen. It was really excellent and provoked many ko threats, got a lot of value in a lot of places. Yes, truly excellent play, I think. And then we're gonna see further success. Even though this is not, I wouldn't really call it a success, but it's a lot better than the bullshit I would have done. Um, Also, I want to say Sakata's way here. Exchange this, go here. So he got the cut and he got the Atari. It's a bit surprising he got that much. I was sort of thinking it would be something like coverable, and the problem, I guess, for Go Seigen was that this stuff was always just getting enough space and lots of counterattack, and yeah, it's really unpleasant actually. So he managed to get enough for making this ko, and then this ko is like very strong. And Go Seigen tried to find a trading way out of it. But I quite like what Sakata did on the top side there. I think that was excellent. Sort of eliminates my point of this being a good shape for white. If that can just attach out, how good can it be? So perhaps, yeah, perhaps this jump was not a great move earlier. Should have been like this, maybe. But this is not a great move either. It's not like I can say like, wow, look at me, I'm so proud. But perhaps just like jump this way is better. Leaves a different form of Aji entirely. I don't know, this one is not that bad, but it seems a little off from the thickness. I was already thinking that, and I definitely think that now that I see. The way that Sakata uses it is so clear to use large knight next to 2 space, and I can do something there, and I make a ko, and yeah, it's so clear and nice by Sakata, really. So even though Go Seigen comes up with a good thing, I don't really think he's even gained. We have this one, and now this is pretty exciting. Should you Hane on top, below, or fight ko? You shouldn't fight ko. Should you Hane on top or below? Or extend? Probably shouldn't extend. Should you Hane on top or below? I guess below. Wow. I can't think of that one. That is not in my dictionary at all. At all. Descend. You can do the descend when you don't want them to have co-threats? That's insane. That seems so bad. I don't think you can do that. I think you should Hane below. And allow the co-threats. I know that's not gonna be great though. Overall, I can see. Wow, so after this one, there are a few ways that black could try. One way is simply start ko, cut. White wins, capture. That's probably not good for black. Probably not good enough. So then you start thinking about like, how do I make a bigger ko? So cut first, then start ko. Then white capture, Atari. White capture, here, white no co-threat. No significant co-threat. Maybe white uses this co-threat. How's the judgment here? Who's leading? Uh, I think that white leads. It depends a lot on the state of these stones, and black does get to follow up and try to kill them. But even still, okay, if this kills, it's probably good for black. But the game's not like out of balance because there's still a weak group over here potentially. This is, I don't know. I'm actually really curious what the AI thinks. Let me try to judge it carefully, and then deep in this variation that will never happen, I'm gonna click the score estimator. White has the next move. I'm gonna go white by 3. I don't know. Black by 22. My judgment is so bad. This is that big? Seriously? I thought white has the next move. Just jump on the bottom side, put some soft pressure. But I guess it's not that much soft pressure. And if black covers and really, really does get this, then it's meaningful. But like, this is not that relevant. Most important is like, that is all dead. And black, I guess, has a better share of the left side than I'm counting him for. I guess I'm underestimating the power of this influence. That's definitely true. I didn't count it big enough. Hmm. Interesting. This one, this game. Oh, white is still weak here. Oh, that is a bit meaningful. Not that meaningful, but a bit. Basically, black can peep here in Sente and then turn here, and then this whole white group is weak. In addition to black having control here and all this territory, and black would have all that, which I was also counting that white should get endgame there that they would absolutely not have. So that's like a big difference too. Okay, my judgment is totally off. Anyway, black wins at a million there. So he tries not to let black win the cow. But you can't just play the whole game not letting your opponent win the cow and not going for it yourself. So black hanes and says, hey, be defensive. I'm sure white will turn here. That's not that bad. Turn is like a very comfortable move where you know it's a good move and you're thick to co-threats. Oh, really? We give up? We don't even try to make more threats? Really? It can't be right. No, 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 no. It's so valuable if you can win the big co. I can't just give up like that. I don't agree. Like if I just cut here first and demand that I get a real Atari and then I go make my real Atari. What, you're gonna play? You're gonna play here and you're gonna let me capture all that? I guess you will. Is this good for right? Because back is all dead? I really? I guess it's good for right. No, it's good for black. Oh my god, I didn't. I can't judge. I can't judge co-trades. My counting and my judgment of the power. I guess it's mostly my judgment of the power all wrong. Because their black is getting a lot back from being two thick groups and in front of a somewhat weak left white side. And then still able to save this, no problem. And white didn't have very many points. Okay, that's actually clear. I agree, black is winning. Oh, but it would also be a no Komi game. So black by 9 in no Komi game is not like a big. I forgot about no Komi. It's not like a big gap. Okay, that was possible. Hmm. Play here instead does not seem acceptable to me. I do not agree. I cannot agree. How is that playable? Now we're gonna have to save eventually. Like obviously we block and they're gonna Hane underneath and like this. What? Oh, okay. So this is what Black was aiming at, thinking if you save over here, good for you. I get to go here. I capture the inside stones. It's working. But obviously White won't do that. White will cut here, right? This would also be maybe acceptable for Black to capture some stones. Not actually sure if it is acceptable or not. It's a confusing one. I don't think so, actually. Like black capture to make sure that you can try to link up, and then this way, it's not really good for black. As in really not good for black. Clearly not good. Isn't that cut a good move? Yeah, cut is good move. Well, what is black gonna do? Black is gonna Atari here first. Oh, Atari here first and then do the thing. So now, if white kills and captures, then we fixed the problem underneath where there's going to be Atari that way. So this is actually acceptable. Good reading. Okay, I forgot to check the Atari first and then the tricks. And therefore, Go Seigen, who does not forget to check, plays more aggressively. Hmm. Can we do the fully inside thing? I don't think so. Wow, he does it even like this, allowing black to still play the first line. Isn't it strong? He doesn't think so. Why not? Why not the first line move now? So now if white cuts, black cuts, that can't be good. If white connects and black, oh, black would have to capture. He's saying this is not good exchange. He's gonna go back and capture? That can't be right. This way, white managed to link under. Now the whole corner is dead. Oh my goodness. So he just preserved his co-threat by not throwing in. He knew that this was gonna happen. Because this is what's gonna happen. Wow, after this connect, there is almost nothing for black to do. Very sharp timing. I didn't realize that you could connect here. I think probably Sakata also reading this connect, which has a lot of problems, later problems. So this one is acceptable to leave behind. Because you can, if white tries to live here, then you can make it life, and then you're counterattacking the other thing. And if white doesn't try to live and does similar stuff, well, again, we're getting some much stronger thickness. But instead, he played here. Very sharp move by Go Seigen. Okay. This Hane turned out to be overplay after all, after cut into here. Great sequencing, I think. Could he have done just this first, then? Wait, let me think about it. It's a good question. Because obviously if it's this, it's just better. So the real problem is this one. And then we would go here instead of the other stuff. And then they would go here. Oh, if we have to live like this, then we're gonna be killed over this side. So we would have to go chase them down, but then they're gonna try to chase us down, and we don't get to chase them down first. Yeah, you can see. Lose by 1 liberty. Uh-huh. And so that's why he had to cut first, and then do this. Yeah, difference is now if fix over here, then I got to cut and save it this way. So obviously it's working. Very, very clever. Good timing. Good fighting. Wow. Yeah, very, very nice fighting. Elegant by both players here. What? This move? I did not see this coming. What is this? What is this? Huh? That doesn't seem right. I don't understand. Oh, I would never play this. I would never see an opponent play this, and it doesn't look good. It's like I don't understand. There is clearly a reason why Sakata, one of the greatest players of all time, decided that this is a valid move. But I literally don't see why it's valid. Not even good, but valid, possible. Go Saigen tried to eat it massively, which is totally possible to my eyes, but why can't we eat it very small? Very tight. Normally we consider this as good exchange. Oh, but here Sakata said, if I just leave that forever and you have to come back and eat me, I made a co-shape, it's going to be more comfortable for me. That I can understand. I'm on board. Yeah, I'm on board with the idea that the co-shape is going to be a nuisance. So Go Seigen tried to be wider. And I'm not on board with this yet, because it looks good for white. And then fix. Excuse me. Yeah, it looks good for white. And he does do the throw in, which Go Seigen will eventually answer, right? And he does do that. Oh, If it went like this, then he's saying this ko is not that easy for you, man. Especially because it's hard for you to reduce my liberty over here. Um, Basically, black connecting here, being sente, would mean that white is dying on the right side. So white needs to try to win this ko. Yeah. Wow. So instead of killing that, we have run out. Is that really better? This is like preparing to. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about my chair. This is preparing to win the ko and then counterattack this properly. But I don't know if I believe. I think this is better, even still, because this looks devastating. Black alive permanently. Wow, this was devastating. This is really good. I guess maybe. Uh, hmm. Hmm. Almost impossible to do anything about it from the perspective of white. Like this one, maybe this one is better, but then you still have to do that. And it seems like Go Seigen's choice is better shape if we're gonna do it something like that. And then after this Hane, it's like you want to go here, but you can't. You have to do the block. And wow. Okay. How do I play moves like that? that This goes from a position here. Looks like Go Seigen won the fight in the corner. Here, I have no idea what he can do, but Go Seigen has lost the fight in the corner. It seems. Well, what a move! What a move! Incredible. Just incredible. All right, so he had to run out. So Black alive. So he runs out for Aji. Black says, "Let's just make it alive." So since now the ko for the capture race is not as relevant when White says I'm running out, expanding liberties, and then Black runs out again, and now we have a running fight. Or White runs out again. We have a running fight. So the right side group for Black and for White, and the top side group for Black and the one for White and the left side, they're all weak. So cut here means I'm aiming at peep and turn. You are not alive. So Black, so White covered it. I have to wonder whether this is a big gain for White, because it did seem like that was a big weakness, and you could just exchange that first and then play here. Obviously, this loses some chance that you would throw in instead, and then sometimes what that will do is it will add a liberty weakness to White. But I really hate to see this move. I think that was probably very significant that White got to play here. That looks like a really, really significant move to save the top side by life and death, but also even create some potential for a ko on the top corner. Okay, then we have this one. So are we supposed to cut or block here? Which is the correct choice? Or even cut here first? Maybe cut here first. That looks better. Why interact? Cut first seems correct. Oh, run. So he said cut first and then they run is not acceptable. So run first. I would never dream of this, but that's why I'm not Go Seigen. I do think this is good idea. I don't know if it's good execution, but his idea is clear. It's like, I don't want to let you run between my groups somehow. This group on the right side, it can always fight a ko for health and safety, so I don't need to worry about his health and safety that much. Instead, I'll focus on running from this one, and I'll let you run through here as long as you do something that's painful and paying me. So Black said, let me kill you first, then we're going to fight the ko, because the ko becomes really incredible. Incredible here. Oh. Seriously, Black goes for trade. Says if I capture that, it's enough. No, it's not enough. I capture here, that's not enough. That's a Gote capture. Save your group, which is already pretty thick. Of course white is benefiting from that. And just run through, right? Yeah, just extend. That was a bad idea by Sakata. Sakata, okay, the first move, put pressure to kill, might be acceptable, but you have to be able to win the Ko. We cannot just give the Ko up in order to capture these 4 stones. I don't think that's big enough. He's trying to say that the Go Seigen move in the center here becomes misplaced. It is really misplaced now, but like, that's not a big deal compared to what Sakata did. Loads of extra points, and black got 8. Not acceptable, not acceptable. So instead, I will recommend, instead of this one, we should find a co-threat, but maybe it's hard. Yeah, understandable if it's just hard to find co-threats. If it's hard to find co-threats, it means we have to run through here now. Something like this one, or maybe we can do some attach cuts, this kind of stuff. Yeah, I'll say this is the right way for black. I don't know, but that's my guess. So it turned out this move was really excellent. Really excellent. And allowed white to put a lot of pressure and get a big win. Very clear. Very nice. Okay. And then black plays here. So who's leading now? Let me count. We have 1, 2. So considering that it's no Komi game, I think black leads by about 5, 4, 5, something like that. I'd imagine the correct move is to diagonal back. But go seigen and play something better, maybe. Ooh, put pressure on this. I like that. I was thinking that the black move over here is unmatchable anywhere. I couldn't find a place that you can do better, but maybe this is a good match for it. Still, I think black will play left side. Oh, he played the thicken this. Really? No, I don't think that's correct. Should have been here. I thought this is so big. I don't like the idea of not putting this pressure on. I don't see a good reason not to. Yeah, we can just do it directly. If white runs out and says I'm putting pressure on you with my weak, like what used to be weak, now strong, X weak stuff, doesn't seem acceptable. Here, here, here. I like black if it goes like this. But instead it went this way, and then Gosegan got to take this as well. Clearly valuable move, and block, and push, okay. Ignore the push, yeah, I agree. I didn't think about it, but of course you should do that. Damn it. I thought I was gonna Hana here. I thought that's gotta be the fastest, but no, better to play diagonal. Agreed. Block. Agreed. Are you gonna play something on the bottom side to cover this? I don't think we need to, so he probably doesn't want to. Sort of point of pride. What to do here? This might be the timing to cut. Yes, got it right. Black will push, we will block. Black will play this Atari, not the other Atari, because in case you would give these up and trade later, this is the one which is still a valid territory expanding move. Okay. This is actually good. So my reading was here, 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 here. I think it's good reading. Looks correct. Yep. Yep. So this would be a kill. I think, therefore, Black needs to find a timing during the sequence to do something else. But it's really hard to. It's not like you can Atari here. That's just not working. So probably what Black needs to do is go back this way. Oh, maybe there's something if you do this one. Here, here. And then like quick this way. Yeah, and if you get this back, then you can break. Maybe this is good for Black. There. And it's good for Black. Yes, Black can get out. Okay. So this cut first could be a problem. Huh. I honestly want to do it anyway. Like, if this is the problem, so be it. Let him do that. And I get really, really, really thick here. I think that's valid. Even still. Obviously, if it goes this way, this is definitely valid. We pressed back, we stopped all the stuff, leave a cutting point, which is very meaningless around. The other one is like potentially not valid because we give more points to fix the points, but I think it's worth it. I think this is a good move. I could be wrong. Oh, he played here. Okay, I'm really curious to ask, but I'll wait. We're gonna go back and ask about that one afterwards at the AI. This running out is just sitting in the center and saying you had some potential cut over here. I'm covering that cut. I'm building my space, reducing your space. Do what you want. I can cover this. Yep. Just cover that. No problem. I'm playing endgame. He got away with like getting the Hane first, and then White said all I can do is play that way. Let you cover. This Hane was big. Yeah, that was really big. Probably bigger than what Black did. I think that's a small gain for White. But it looks like this is a Black win, if you can force this kind of stuff. I don't think White could conceivably gain much by jumping this way. So it's kind of lose-lose situation, excuse me. But Black was leading before this, and then now goes like that. How to change the game. Your name is Go Seigen. You're losing. What do you do? Yeah, this is a pretty good idea. Throw some stones in, cause some major chaos over the cutting point that they created with the Hane there. That's very nice. Oh, he wanted to keep the connect. That's true. Wow. They do play very accurate. I'm sure I could find some of these. ideas, but I'm honestly lazy. Seems like white gained something. I'm like not exactly sure, but feels like white gains in this late endgame. And then the game ended. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, so white was gaining, but black had won. It was black by 3 around here, and white gained something. This. White also gained something around here. Ah, running through is not the best, maybe? Really? Not the best point, and you can do other ones. Meaning if you go this way, I have the other side, and then you're shorted. So I can break in. Yeah. I can break in this way with the Atari. Go that way, and again, I'm putting some pressure on your whole group. Oh. Yeah, wow. So it turns out this jumping in was like the wrong direction, wrong side to jump in from. He did the same thing effectively, but he came back to the wrong area. You'd rather have come back this way than that way. Kind of hard to tell, but it's believable because the corner territory is something that we can get here. Although we're breaking less area, we can get the corner territory reducing that from that side. Anyway, let's go back and check from the beginning with AI. So push here. You actually can block? I thought after block, the cut is devastating. So obviously if it goes this way, it's devastating. But I thought this was also devastating. Oh. Atari and then outside play. I didn't even consider it. But Atari and then outside play means you have 2 weak groups, and I can save my weak group in the middle, and I got the corner territory. It's not that bad. Still good for black. Not that bad. So this way, yeah, it was good Joseki for black, but then black played here, which is obviously wrong. Yeah, we can press like this one more time, but eventually we're Tanukiing, considering something. Even it wants one more press. Just saying that the cut would still be good. Okay, clear, clear idea. This is just saying there is a cut here, so the thickness that I get is really useful. If I get less thickness to this part, which is fine, like you can get less thickness in playway, this cutting point is just going to be more and more useful to white. So it's going to be more Aji outside. So the more thickness I have there, the better. More so than 4th line territory. It's a hard exchange to know, to judge correctly. Wow, I was actually wrong about... I mean, the corner is valuable, but I was wrong about this being that unvaluable. Turns out this is relatively good area, just because you can get in underneath. And I was actually super wrong about this. Cap was good move. So most people these days are going to be playing something over here. But Cap was good move to keep pressure. And then this... So if he had run and allowed the double target idea... So this is a clear idea by Seigen. This is like the plan. This plan was good. Good planning. And yeah, you can optimize it. But okay, interesting. And then here, it was between these two. He chooses the one which is sort of natural. It did leave some problem in the future. And this was sort of natural. Jump there. I've seen it before. I forgot about it though. Yeah, so jump, if they pushed here, we do Hane. And then, yeah, if they cut this stuff, we have to switch, but it's working to switch. So after this, you can extend, allow this, because you can go underneath, and it's no big deal to allow the capture there when you captured the corner. Okay, so there's jump here. Yeah, I think I forget about this a lot. The jump from the situation where you're pushing from behind, specifically to block, specifically because they're liberty shorted and cut. And if they're already cut, you can use the jump to get ahead. And it's just something that you should come up with like habitually, but I do not. So this black move was good after all. Honey, that was reasonable. It didn't like my idea. The same with sakata idea. So Go Seigen punished it by playing on the bottom side and getting this nice bottom side thickness directly. Oh, wow. So instead, we were supposed to play over here, get all these extra potential points, allow the cut, and just come back here. This was actually more important, because white can cut and save and press us back, but we're still safe, we're still healthy, and we can get a big area over here. Really valuable area here, with still cutting point remaining. So Sakata read like me, but he didn't read that he could give it up, and then that would be correct and good. Wow. Not an easy, flexible thing to do. It's interesting. Go Seigen often bumps more than me. Interesting he did not bump in the situation where AI says he should. Wow, the idea is that you bump in order to play to fix the top side. And then we don't have something to do for this one. Okay, so it's not a good idea. It's just like AI's messing around. Actually, thickening this way was better than the thicken that way. But I guess Go Seigen probably came up with this here, read that you can do this, read this one, and realized this is not good. Which is not something that I was reading. But when black jumps there, we cannot cover this black. That was his reading, I guess. So white can peep in and we can't block and then surround. So that's why we don't have enough power, and he played here. Okay, interesting. And then we had this trading, and then this co, which is fun. He did the advanced idea, create a co-threat. And then use the fact that we created a co-threat. It was so hard to play, though. And cut is correct, and this is correct, but black had gained anyway. Like, I don't know what white did really wrong here, despite the fact that black gained. Excuse me. Bug on my wall. So back here, when he's like creating his co-threat, the AI recommends him to do this stuff, or to solid connect, or to attach here. Like, this is a moment where you definitely do have a lot of options. And you could just play softly, like this stuff. Yeah, Goseigen's idea was a bit too aggressive. Because he didn't have a real code thread at the end. He only had this stuff, which is not that real. Surprising that the other moves are not much worse than the turn. I thought the turn was clearly the best. But it's saying, like, oh, just fix the ko strongly. And don't necessarily commit over there. That's making sense too, actually. Then we get this way. The cut into the connect was really bad compared to this way. So this is going to be the variation I showed. This looks like black's plan, but white is at least happy to have lived. And then go this way. It's alive because if black tries to do this, we have so many resources. Like, we can just go somewhere. It's not going to be a big deal. In fact, AI recommends Tanuki from that upper right group. So it's alive. I thought that white was really smart to do this. But black's idea to use this one, then black is winning the fight by a lot. He does the clear co-threat here. Yeah, manages to fight that strongly, and then asks for life. And Go Seigen gives it to him. He actually shouldn't take it. Wow, he got himself in trouble by taking the life there. He should ask this stuff first, at the timing when Go seigen does not want to let this ko happen. Now, even if black dies the whole top side, I think this is a dead variation. Yeah, black is now dead the whole top side, but he's still winning. That would be one way, and then you can also try to fight to not be dead there, and it would be exceedingly difficult for white. Oh, so he sort of messed up the timing by living first and then using an Aji to capture those 4 stones. I didn't notice that, even in review. I'm sure they would notice that in review, but I didn't actually notice. I just noticed that this is not that great. So wait, managed to get something back, but it was like not enough what he got back. This brings the game back to near even, assuming there's Komi, but that's not big enough. Yeah, so the reason why black does this rather than this one is because these cuts are indeed serious. I would have lost the game, I guess, at this moment. Ah, these cuts are indeed serious. It's hard to then save these stones and also save this group. This group is not easy to save at all, in fact. We would get long-term attacked, and it would be very scary. Wow. Okay, so I was suggesting to blunder the game away, and Sakata is much more aware of his position. Damn it, I didn't realize. I didn't realize that the game was hard one. I think I counted somewhere around here, and I said black by like 4 or 5. So I underestimated black still. I think mainly because I mean, what did change? Mainly because the center thickness ends up being very valuable, much more valuable than expected. And how does that happen? It's because there was like a little bit of cutting Aji for white in the right. Also, white like ignored it a bit, but like the fact that it can go here and then black gets a center area was not known to me. And that is like 3 or 4 points. Yeah. Wow, okay. So he ends up winning by 2. He loses a lot in some kind of crazy details of Go seigen just playing perfect, I guess. But Go seigen lost so much with this moment, which I thought was great. But he lost so much here because black was not really dead in the upper right corner. If that was like really, really dead, like let's say I play a stone exchange like this, you can see it's black by 3. Like it's no big deal. That's really dead now. But it was not really dead. It was this way. And here, white is just like toasted. It's so difficult to win the fight or do anything over here. Yeah, I appreciate that what he tried. But it's sort of unstoppably good for black now. Wow. Wow. Incredible. So those stones are not nearly so dead as you think. Then we can just let them live and save ourselves. It's better. That's the correct way. Wow. What a game. I like this game a lot more. But it's kind of unfortunate that Go seigen never had a chance to be leading. They do some very foreign Chiseki. Very foreign. Yeah, I was thinking this would be the thing that the AI recommends, but it actually recommends going underneath. Kind of odd. Meaning this stuff is not relevant. And like this one is relevant. Basically, what? Because these stones can get weak and then they're thick. Like they're not thick, but heavy. Hmm. Hmm. What a game. Interesting game. Yeah, this kind of if you go for it, it has to be fully calculated. It wasn't really fully calculated here, it seems like. I mean, maybe it was fully calculated, but wasn't well judged if so. And then this was fully calculated, but not well judged by me and Go Seigen, not realizing that this is devastating. What a great move by Black. I will remember this. You are dying. The opponent is capturing you to save themselves. What do they hate to see? Co-shape. They abhor co-shape. So make it. Force them to play inside. Yeah, and they're doomed. If this one, I think we, yeah, okay. I was gonna say I think we extend to make long-term co-shape, but actually you can just start with this and make the immediate co-shape. Fair enough. Yeah. Turn here? No, just make co-threat. Okay. The point is just like immediately fight co. And that's good enough. Yeah, fair enough. That's reasonable. This game is so hard to control. How is Gosegen's great move over here, by the way? It was okay. Should have just directly been running. So here, how is my idea? Ah, look at me. I'm not so bad at the game, huh? So his idea to go here, not so great. Yeah. Okay. Next game. I should go. Thank you for watching. What do you think? Should this go in a YouTube video? I still feel there's a better Gosegan game out there. I'll see you next time.